What's hard in the yard, anime simp lords? You are fucking tuning in to season 2 of the Weeaboo Corner. And who's that? Is that a new host? Nope. It's your boy, Sheriff Beaker, the Booty Peaker, and I'm here to tell you that it was a bleak while, but I had to watch a little bit less anime. Now, we're back with even more anime, or at least the same amount of anime, but we're fucking back. We do have a little difference in this season, and that difference is that we're legitimately, we've come this far. We're legitimately watching hentai this season. Who would have guessed? We're just gonna we're just gonna straight up progress in degeneracy all the way until I just become completely irredeemable. I'm just gonna document every experience until I lose all sense of humanity and self and I stop being human altogether. So let's just fucking jump into this, shall we? Shit. All fucking right. Here we go, starting off so strong with the continuation of Kaguya-Sama Lovers' War, and what I have to say might shock you. It's not good, not even in the slightest. I've never seen a show miss this many times in so many departments, and forget where it came from so fast. It continues on straight from the last episode of season 1 when Shirogane has seen the fireworks of Kaguya and now we've established absolutely nothing except for the fact that it's happened. After summer vacation where nothing happened, we come to the second term of what's happening? Shirogane's birthday. The student council has to step down. Ishigami becomes a cheerleader. Such thrilling storylines. Off the cuff, I have to inform the masses that this has absolutely no beach episode. I know. It has the idea of a beach episode, but no beach episode, zero beach episode. The characters feel dumbed down and capitalized for like no reason. They've lost their personality, and characters who originally were supposed to have not that much personality have even more personality. When did Hayasaka become best girl? When did Chika become an annoyance? Ishigami was an annoying awkward NEET who didn't know how to talk to people properly and now he's a school shooter? What happened while I was gone? The story doesn't go anywhere, obviously. Where do we go from here? We've already established Kaguya and Shirogane won't get together. Continuation at this point is stretching out the joke after we've already heard it. We have the exact same characters we thought we knew, but not even the same. We also have a lolly anti-degenerate who's aggressively militaristic about decency. Very quirky. It's actually kind of disappointing what they did to the show. If you were looking for anything funny or even remotely exciting, you definitely came to the wrong place. Here, we have what I would believe is a cheap imitation of comedy. This is the Psyche K reawakened of the new world. Who asked for this? The narrator is completely out of control and completely... and apparently the new source... he's the new source of fourth wall breaking comedy. We have backstories explaining things that no one asked for, side stories that add nothing to anyone, side characters that are here for one scene and gone forever. What can I say about Miko Ino? What the fuck could anyone say about her? The music in the show somehow got fucking shit. Remember that relationship that Kagi and Shirogane kind of nearly had? Yeah, forget that. They're basically not even trying that anymore. Every now and then they remember themselves and then they feel awkward, I suppose. Genuinely, as sad as it sounds, the amount of times I laughed at season 1, my heart cries for the lack of laughter. I maybe smiled like 2-3 times, but maybe I even exhaled out of my nose a couple times. But this is what I would imagine purgatory feels like. No one has any idea where the jokes were supposed to come in. So basically everything is. They try so hard to make so many jokes, so fucking hard to make so many jokes, and it turned out the biggest joke was myself for watching this. Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 2 gets a 3 out of 10. Chika's still there. She's still there. She is. But it gets a fucking 3 out of 10. Oh my god. Oh, rent a girlfriend, y'all. Rent a girlfriend. This is what I would imagine the future is like, but for like simping. Now don't get me wrong. I understand simping ain't easy, but y'all. Oh my god. So we follow Kazuya Kinoshita, who is 20 years old. He's in college. He gets dumped by his satanic succubus of a now ex-girlfriend, Nami Nanami. Off to a rocky start, yes. Heartbroken, alone, kinda horny on main, for real. Trying to simp to ease the pain. So he comes across an app to, rent girlfriends. He rents himself a bae. And this specific bae just so happens to be Chizuru Mizuhara, the most beautiful, charismatic, intelligent, honest, caring, doubly most amazing woman that you could possibly see on the screen who isn't Senja Gahara. What the fuck does this man do? What do you think he does? He falls in love with an emotional hooker. Of course she does. She doesn't kiss him, lads. No. She has the honor of having the title of girlfriend in public, and that's about it. Even though he knows for a good fact, that none of this girlfriend spiel is an act. Well, that all of it is an act. He knows that none of it is real. My man reads the reviews for my girl and realizes that she was acting. He knew it from the get-go, and yet it's just, you just can't make it up. You honestly can't. This rental girlfriend thing was a performance, the whole thing, and he just fucking freaks. He has an actual, he rents her again. He rents her again just to have an outburst at her in fucking public. And then he fucking tells his whole family that his rental girlfriend is a real girlfriend. At this point, I just want to jump off a building. This entire series is a full-length, complete cringe compilation. I'm actually glad I had the privilege of watching this, because seeing someone miss this much, seeing this many L's be taken, is kind of fulfilling. It's truly eye-opening, because this man doesn't take a single W home with him. Even when he thinks he's taking home the bacon, he fucks it up somehow. I've heard a lot of hive-minded opinions that Chizuru is best girl, but I'm here to tell the world, you're wrong, so wrong. Best girl here is clearly Ruka Sarashina, and you're an idiot if you think otherwise. Who else are you going to pick? Satan incarnate? The other chick, Sumi Sakurasawa? Don't get twisted. I understand that a lot of people are blind to her charms, but Ruka got ass. Holy shit. You can't look at that bob cut and tell me that she ain't got ass. This show, it runs itself pretty smoothly, coherence-wise. After Kazuya's family gets lied on, Kazuya tries super hard to tell everyone of them that he's not actually got a girlfriend, but obviously my man can't do shit. He doesn't want to let down his family. Eventually, he gets found out by his friends that he's got a girlfriend, and now he has to convince them too. well, the girlfriend was in quotation marks. Now he has to convince them too. It's an endless cycle of lies and deception, and I secretly love it. It's like watching the anime equivalent of beauty YouTube drama, and I love it. I think what I like the most about this show is how much of an absolute beta loser this man is. This is the result of beating your dick so hard that your brain can't catch up. I feel like I could relate. Like, this man literally jacks his dick into so much clarity that he realizes how he truly feels about the girl that he likes the most. This is the most bird-brained fool I've ever experienced, and it's not even me. Thanks to the dumb shit I've seen here, I could safely assure you that there is absolutely no plot. There is no final awakening, no final resolve, final fantasy, final fate, final destination, no items. What we have here is a banger opening, moments so awkward that you want to throw your toaster into a bath out of pure cringe, and oh god, we have a beach episode. Yes, baby. I was genuinely shocked to experience this specific type of beach episode because it combines everything we didn't want in the beach episode. We got worst girl and lies and pure lies. Everyone misunderstands everything in the world and won't accept it even when it's thrown in their faces. But the one person truly to blame is Kazuya for entertaining his own personal dumb shit. I can't forgive this. Not even for free. Why would you stalk your rental girlfriend? Not even your rental girlfriend. A rental girlfriend. This is stalking. There's no way around it. She is technically and professionally nothing to you. Outside of the workplace, that's not romantic, that is stalking. Why would you create a scenario in your head to make yourself feel bad and then self-insert into those scenarios just to make yourself feel like not only worse, but you look like a cuck? Come on, lad. Even with all this crazy bullshit, these characters feel so honest in their reactions. Everyone just kind of made sense, except for Mami. She can die in a hole. Eventually, we get introductions to Best Girl Ruko, and Ruka, and this other chick whose name, Sumi Sakurasawa. But even with all of them in this selection, Kazuya still fucks it up. Every time. Every single time. So, Rent-a-Girlfriend, even though it is eternally cringe, gets an 8 out of 10. How about that? I could have reviewed anything in the world today, but I'm reviewing this. And you thought There Is Never a Girl Online is about Nishimura, who we will call his web name Rusian, and the fact that he can't get interlaid, if you will. He asks out a girl on MMO in-game Legendary Age, and he not only gets rejected, but this girl tells him that she's a middle-aged dude in real life who just roleplay and having a great time. This just so happens to be like the tipping point in this man's life, and he swears off internet relationships forever, eternally separating Legendary Age from real life, which is, I don't know, man. I thought everyone should do this. He will never trust another girl online ever again. What a tragedy. Not very long after that, Rusian officially has his own guild off with 3 other players, Master, Schwein, and Arco. And Arco, just so happens to be fucking in love with him. So much so that she wants to marry him, but only in-game. Rusian is so certain that Arco is a dude that he doesn't trust her one bit, just in case. Up until they meet in real life. And he finds out that all the people in his team are fucking girls, dude. They're all in his fucking class. Well, 2 of them. I can't remember, man. I think one of them is in his class, and then the other 2 are not. Shit, dude. He was wrong. The title answers itself, and you thought, bruh. And you thought. Now, we didn't even know it would come to this, but we got a tsundere, a clueless millionaire who's just got so much cash, and a big-titted Arco. Now, I'm gonna get into Arco as a character, because I got so many points to fucking make. So, Arco has the appearance of a girl gamer. Like, she spends all her time in her room playing games, role-playing, but then she calls other people normies. She hates normies. She just so happens to hate normies forever. But she's fucking terrible at the game. She smites normies in. She hates people who are bad at the game, but she's even worse. She can't grasp basic functions of the game's controls. She plays spells because they look nice. Her gear is based on how cute it looks. What I'm trying to say is that there's literally no way in God's green earth that Akko could ever be best girl. There's just no way. The more I thought about it, the more I realised that Akko is a lost cause. Cause no matter what way you see it, the episodes are all vaguely laid out for us. We have mainly slice of life elements, but mixed in with the video game. We have in-world representations of them in-game so that we can get a better aesthetic when we see extremely vague aspects of the game. So we see the game in the screens, but then when they're playing the game all together as a team, it looks something along the lines of Log Horizon mixed with motherfucking I suppose you could probably say like Konosuba and action set, but there's not really a lot. Yeah, it looks nice. Like it's the aesthetic switch is actually really appreciative. Because like when you're looking at this game, when the characters are playing it, it does kind of look trash. It looks like Habbo Hotel with swords. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Don't get me wrong, I'd still play it, but these people act like it's hard when I could max out this game on quarantine. Most of the episodes have 1 or 2 life lessons, mostly just for Akko, as most of it is basic human understanding. But the true cherry on top is the bitch episode! Yes! 2, the second. Which was actually really refreshing. It was a really refreshing distance from the video game aspect of the series, despite that it was only really to display the titties. In either way, the beach episode was really cemented to me. What it really cemented to me is that this is a lot more of a harem than I thought. Where are the dudes? I thought there were only dudes online, but apparently even the dudes in this world don't know what video games are. It fucking blows my mind, man. Surprisingly enough, my favourite thing about this series is how fluid the conversations flow. It is very reminiscent of Konosuba. The characters are all different, but never more than necessary. They all have a very common interest and a very shared humour. Their jokes bounce off of one another. They all know exactly how to respond, and it would probably not be an exaggeration to say that they probably know what each other are thinking. Neko Hime is best girl, since she's the only character worth redemption. The rest of the girls are basically milquetoast garbage, and honestly, I don't know why they get any screen time. Nanako is a very close second with her hilarious introductions to the scenario, coming through with the top 10 reasons you're glad I'm here and number 7 will shock you. This show actually genuinely had me laughing hefty amounts for good amounts of time, but then that's it. The show doesn't really have a lot more to give, other than funny conversations and big anime titties. I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Like, don't get me wrong. It was funny, but like, by the mid-season, you just kind of see this drop in energy, and it really more focuses on the humorous aspect, since they realize that their ultimate goal is very much inaccomplishable. The music kind of banged, and it always finds a way to really complement the scene with a perfectly placed soundbite or music cue. The story wasn't entirely the most gripping thing in the world, but if you like this kind of thing, that is definitely fair enough. And you thought There Is Never a Girl Online gets a 5 out of 10, or 5 out of 10, absolutely, fuck 5 out of 10, goddamn. So I accidentally watched Akame Ga Kill, and then I accidentally binged the whole series, and now I'm depressed. So, what's it about? We follow Night Raid, an amazing name of a music band of cool-looking assassins who are part of the Revolutionary Army, and they're gonna overthrow the Prime Minister of the capital because he's evil. Or wait, no, not overthrow, kill. And it's standard shit. The Prime Minister, corrupted by power, is basically taking advantage of the Emperor, who I assume had his parents unfortunately killed by the Prime Minister, in which to assume ultimate political power. It's probably not the best idea to be part of the revolution, because the Emperor is a bit dim and easily convinced, and straight up kills anyone who speaks up against him or the PM. So any enemies of the kingdom get the axe on sight, and that's a bad sign. Tatsumi is a dude with attitude and a sweater that looks comfy as all hell, leaves his home village to help Yard by doing something that I already forgot. Essentially, the warning signs were all there, that the capital is kinda off, and the boy goes anyway. He's kinda swindled a little bit, and then he realizes that the capital is secretly very evil, and then he joins Night Raid, not by choice, because the story must go on. We meet the Merry Men, Akame and the team, who I will explain very briefly as I go along, or not, depending on whether or not their fights are important or if I want to spoil the story. So the people and their battles against the capital, alongside Tatsumi's slow adaptation to being an assassin, where his ideals match alongside Night Raids. The story itself, as a premise, is super easy to follow, as I knew that it was simple enough for Netflix to have up. But obviously, if you want to get into the show, I'm going to let you know that you can get attached to literally anyone. Have free roam, choose your best girl, every single person. I'm going to openly let you know they live. Everyone's fine at the end. It's actually a kind of an Evangelion happy ending. Everyone says congratulations in a big old circle. Go crazy. But, you know, I'd never secretly really truly spoil the ending. So maybe I'm telling the truth, maybe I'm not. We have a lot of killing in this show because we do follow the assassins. We have a lot of killing, a lot of amazing anime fights that look like Dragon Ball Z on meth, and sometimes we get fights that last like a minute and end before you even realize that the fight was happening. But when they are happening, bro, they're fucking happening. Like, dude, for real. They're mad. I'm talking Imperial arms, which are the magical weapons that inhabit the world, clashing, being used at full unseen power, trump cards being played, aces in the hole, royal flushes, home runs, home alone, legitimate forehead sweating moments that are fucking insane when you feel like you've taken just PCP. Holy shit. Oh my god. I believe it's really, really early in the series they actually openly say something along the lines of that all fights involving Imperial arms involve in death. I don't know if this is fate or destiny, but it is very interesting. It was always an interesting concept. You always had this feeling that someone is going to die, and it's always this really gripping feeling. Obviously, I have to shout out my bus girl Esdeath. Queen with the full legs, them thighs. She has the absolute territory. She got the plot that you want to focus all your attention on. That voice, man. I'm gonna have to go to church after this. Lord, please forgive me for what Senjo Gaharu will do to me. I can never forget. We have the first beach episode. It's here. It's fucking here, dude. Almost by accident. Tatsumi and Esdeath just get summoned to this remote beach island together where they have to survive on their ones, but with Esdeath there, we're all gonna be just fine. Protect me, Esdeath. Amazing, sweet ass Esdeath. Please step on me. This series is so lit. We have Final Awakenings going berserk on a regular. I'm talking Supersonic, Kaiser Greymon, Burst Dragon Soul, Gear 5, Bankai, Maximum Force, Kaioken 100 full power, Lightning, fucking fighting, fucking Final Form, Gurren Lagann, Spider-Man 2's train scene becomes the final boss. But wait, there's more. Oh, fucking course there's more. The series is just fucking brilliant. With like all its super overpowered characters, you never really have a full idea of what it's like to be underpowered unless you're an NPC. It's just, if they have like a specific costume or like an original hairstyle, or just the camera focuses on them for a little bit too long, they're probably overpowered. I just can't get over how brilliantly these fights are choreographed, but they pull off some of the most amazingly animated fights, incorporating elements from their Imperial arms alongside their actual fighting prowess. It's like watching Naruto all over again, but like completely absolutely not. I think that the only real thing that pissed me off was the fact that the music in this didn't really hit. Moments that needed a song or at least something always came up a little bit short on the impact, so characters never really got a chance to shine as much as I really wanted them to. Bro, who was actually a character in the show, Bro just so happened to be best boy because Tatsumi, as much as he was followed by the plot, most of the show was a cardboard box. And there was a lot of other characters that appeared to be cardboard boxes as well, characters that never really finished getting fleshed out to get any kind of attachment or connection to them, so that when we never see them again, we don't really feel anything, or when we do see them in like flashbacks, we really don't feel anything, because it's just like that character that was there that one time. It wasn't like the worst thing in the world, since Akame herself is the queen of cardboard boxes and had like the least personality in the world, but you know, including but not limited to eating meat and having a sister. Obviously, I might get flack for this, but realistically, looking at these characters, I never really had a connection to any of them until I started following them separately on my own time. And even then, there's just so little to so many of them that it's hard to feel like they're real characters. But Esdeath, she wins. She's best girl. Esdeath, 100%. Akame Ga Kill gets... You know what? I actually really enjoyed this. I think Akame Ga Kill deserves a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. So, let's talk motherfucking Nisemonogatari right now, because I'm watching this. I'm officially committed. I'm gonna watch another chapter in the series, every single episode. I'm gonna review it because I love these so much. And guys, I gotta say, I think I understand the Monogatari series. Yes, I know it's very shocking, but hear me out. The whole series, no matter how you look at it, is a fucking stage play. It's a performance. The way the characters are placed, it's like they're performing the light novels. It's like the placement of the props in the background, the poses, the lack of scenery, continuities. It's all just so intricately performed that it has to be a performance as a whole, right? There's lighting rigs at random points. The characters break fourth wall too much. Maybe I'm thinking about it too hard about this, which would be a problem if the show didn't rip the joy out from me or rip the joy of thought from me. Every single thought that I have about this show is instantly answered in the next 5 seconds. The previous series, Bakemonogatari, had a very interesting plot to me where it had its series separated into chapters involving the different girls and their different abnormalities. And this one is absolutely no different, except it finally taps down on the two girls we never really got to tap down on before. Please don't take that out of context. The little sisters. That's correct. This is the Emoto series, ladies and gentlemen. We have both Karen and Tsukihi, the Fire Sisters, both doing some crazy bullshit, as they're rumored to do. The series doesn't buckle down on that first hand though. No. The first episode actually starts with Araragi chained to a stack of chairs by best girl Senjo Kohara as she teases him in the disguise of keeping him safe from something we don't completely understand yet. About 5 minutes of dialogue, we're thrown into a couple days into the past where we have Araragi looking for his little sister Karen, who just up and dipped. There is like so much like story in this entire thing. We're given like some chill time with all the good ones. Sengoku's there, Kanbaru's there. We get... Wait, are they the same person? No, they're not. We have a couple of cameos. Hanekawa, Senjo Kohara proves best girl over and over, and then we also have Hachikuji. She gets assaulted once in a while, I think, but we're introduced to someone very interesting. A dude who's kind of creepy, hair nappy, look crusty. This man's called Kaiki, and he's going to be important at some point, so that's up to around the second episode. Where do the sisters come in? I hear you asking. I'm getting to that. It takes some fucking time. Like the amount of like lengths you go through to get to plot in these series is actually interesting. It's everything in the series takes so much fucking time, but we know Monogatari It doesn't show you anything, it explains it instead. You are actively watching the story unfold through dialogue. And oh my god. So it's very subtle, and it's only very sometimes through conversation and dialogue, inner monologues, and even very well thought out scenarios based on what Hanekawa says. Even though everything in this series, unless we see it through Araragi's eyes, is legitimately speculation, I'm fucking obsessed with it. It's so hard to find a place to stop talking about it. Like episode 3, we're introduced to Kaiki, and what I'm explaining is very important, damn it, it's detrimental to the review. Kaiki brushes himself off as he double dips, and we're sooner and later told that Kaiki himself was the first conman that Senju Ogahara fell for and went in debt because of. He is more or less the cause of her family's separation. Why am I saying all of this? Because I can't get it out of my fucking mind. Karen is poisoned by this man, and in a very interesting and mesmerizing scene created by Araragi's mind in a speculated scenario designed by what Hanekawa told him, which is what I said before already, and we're given exactly the reason why I love anime so much. The toothbrush scene. Am I done? Kinda. There's a lot to unpack when it comes to the Monogatari series, but what I truly loved about this series is how many boundaries it broke over and over and over again, without any thought towards what anyone wanted. It was basically part 2. It was a continuation of the degeneracy, and really that's all I can call it. This show reminds me of how much of a degenerate I truly am, because all of the absolute horrific bullshit that goes on in the series I still can't stop watching. It's just come to a point where I'm just going out of my way to watch this show, losing sleep, being late. This show took over my fucking life. I ain't even mad. This show has plot, and I'm not even talking coherence. In fact, I would go out of my way to say that this show isn't even entirely difficult to understand in the slightest. This is really probably one of the most coherent shows I've ever seen, and that's from the chest. And on chest, on the subject of chest, the tease and the panty shots, I can't even keep my eyes away from the screen nonetheless, because overall the series just bangs on a regular basis, and then they just throw in fan service. It's just like, thank you. It's like a reward for watching so much. It's fucking amazing. This show fucks. You can tell. This show gets ass. This show got ass. This is the most surprising thing. The most surprising thing that got me into the lack of intros. Well, there are intros in this, but on the website I was watching there weren't intros. But it just kind of flows. It's just full fucking content. Kind of, almost, nearly. The show is basically the same as the last series, which, yes, you guessed it, fucking slaps. Even without Senju Ogahara's opening, the music is slick. What do I think of the Fire Sisters? That's a really good question. Araragi is a sick man and deserves jail time for the things he does to his sisters. But his sisters are just as bad for not calling the police in the first place. Araragi does the most to them, regardless of what I had assumed in the previous series. When Senju Ogahara was asking Araragi to become her boyfriend or vice versa, Araragi was hiding from his sisters as if to show us that he didn't want to go home, thus introducing Hachikuji. So why the fuck is he so happy and friendly with them? Why do they mean so much to him now? Who the fuck knows? The real question is, why do these sisters entertain this man brushing their teeth for them, and or stripping them in front of the front door, beating them up at the intersection, or kissing them on the lips, or groping them? Anyway, what is truly amazing in the world? The sky is still blue, water is still wet. Nisemonogatari gets an 8 out of 10. Well, we made it. We had a pretty good fun break, huh? Now that I'm back, I got some fucking heat to inform you of. What was your favorite part of the show? Really? really? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like that part. Personally, my favourite part was where I talked about simping for too long, because I can't say my favourite part was bagging on Kaguya for 5 minutes. Without further ado, let's hop into my favourite section, which is apparently the shortest section in the world, of who best girl of the season is. And our contenders are Ayasaka from Kaguya-Sama Lovers War Season 2, Ruka from Rent-a-Girlfriend, Neko Hime from And You Thought There Was Never a Girl Online, Esdeath from Akame Ga Kill, and Senjo Gahara from Nisemonogatari, because let's be honest, it's not going to be the sisters. It's absolutely not them. Oh, okay, and the winner is... It's Esdeath, for not only being the attacker, but the protector also. She doesn't want to fight for the love of her life. All she wants to do is be together with her boo on the beach with them big old titties, milk jugs, plot. So with that out of the way, I'm gonna go. Frasier's on. If you had a good time, eat my ass, tell your grandma to call me, please. This has been the Weeaboo Corner. I have been your host, Dr. Spectre, the Anime Inspector, and now... get the hell out of my corner. Bye.
I ain't worried about a bitch, I got problems of my own, got me counting on my fingers. I'm feeling like a ninja, creeping on that Bebo, making sure I'm screenshotting all the feet pictures. Lil bitch, e-girls in my emails, derailed, trying to get the details, but your feet retail. Only fucking with the clean little toes of my waifu, I ain't never fucking with a resale. Don't even try to sell a motherfucker to your boy if another nigga's got it at the same time. That's why I only got the one little mama at your grams coming with the cookies like it's Dateline. She called me Chris Handsome. I might even take a G-Ma to the opera's Phantom. Mask off nigga, I'm flying off the handles cause I'm finna take her back to the toe sucking anthem. Saying Itadami Kasu for I eat